Hi Virgo, this is the Patty here with your reading for the month of October for 2017. Okay, so I already did my prayers and I laid out your cards. All right, at the bottom of our deck, we've had Ten of Water in reverse. Okay, this talks about loss of family, problems at home, inability to correct a situation. You could be talking about a family pride, allegiance to a family. And also the Knight of Swords from the Rider-Waite deck talks about messages being sent, arguments, miscommunications, discussions, communications and discussions. So I think this is something that has to do with the family, is the overall energy behind the reading. You're concerned about, this is concerning something that has to do with the reputation of a family, or protecting a family legacy, or protecting a family. And someone is trying to get that message to someone, some protective messages. All right, so the first card that we had from the Orishas deck, all right, the Tarot of the Orishas by Durkon and Zolrak, the Village. The Village is similar to the Tower, okay, in the regular tarot. All right, this talks about chaos in the home, in the community. It talks about things falling apart and ending to something, a chaotic situation in the home and in the family. The regular tarot cards that came up with that were the the 5 of Wands. Okay, this talks about fights and disagreements, arguments, and this is in the reverse position. Okay, and with that also you had the Knight of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands talks about someone, it could be a fire sign that you're concerned about in this situation, Virgo. All right, again, this is standing up, fighting for the things that you believe in. This talks about fast actions, messages about actions that are taking place, messages about battles that are going on. But it came reverse for you, so to me this is talking about a battle being let down or lost, taking a rest, things not moving as swiftly as you want to in regards to some kind of fight that you might have going on. It could be litigation, something in the legal sector, and it might have something to do with your family. All right, so these 3 cards together, the Village reversed, and the Knight of Wands reversed, and the 5 of Wands reversed, to me is talking about something that's going on at home, or something concerning your family. There's been some chaotic activities. There's some disruption. Okay, and they're not favorable messages, or you're waiting on a message that's you don't expect to be favorable in regards to this family situation. The card that was covering that was the Ten of Fire. All right, Ten of Fire. All right, Ten of Fire talks about going through challenges. All right, being able to stand the fire, the heat, to keep moving ahead. But you got this in the reverse. All right, so this talks about obstacles in your way, a weakened spirit, maybe, failure. Okay. The Rider-Waite cards that came along with that were the 8 of Cups. Okay, it was in the reverse. And you also got the 2 of Wands, okay, in the reverse. So I'm thinking that this is talking about feeling like you've been fighting and you feel like you failed and that you're going to walk away and not look back at this situation. You don't know where you're going, but you have options. They may be limited, and you're not sure which way you're going to go, but you don't want to remain in this situation. You don't want to stay here. You've gone through enough and you're willing to give it up, walk away. Okay. The next card that came up for you from the Orishas deck was the air element. Okay, so this talks about communications. This talks also about a Gemini or a Libra or an Aquarius person could be around you in this situation that you could be concerned about this month. Communications from a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, right, this month. This also talks about associations, brotherhoods, fraternal organizations also represented by the air element. And the other card that you got was the Two of Swords. This came from the Rider-Waite deck. And this talks about choices, all right, not being, trying to make a decision between two things. But you got this in the reverse position, Virgo. So, in the reverse position, this may be talking about fake friends or betrayal, some kind of dishonor. And together, I'm thinking that you've been hearing gossip and talk, slanderous messages going on, rumors in the community about you, something that's embarrassing. The next card that you got from the deck of the Orishas, the Tarot of the Orishas, I'm sorry, is the Seven of Air. Okay, Seven of Air. All right, you got that in the reverse. And this talks about a maternal figure perhaps returning to the home, because in this position, these birds here, they look like they're waiting for their mama bird to come back. So in the reverse position, this talks about hearing the news that the mother is coming back. So this may be a restoration of a family unit that you're just hearing about in the recent past. All right, a woman, a female figure is returning home, perhaps. Okay, you also got the Strength card in reverse from the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck. Okay, this is the Strength card. You got it in reverse. All right, and along with that, you got the King of Swords. All right, King of Swords could represent someone who is a judge or a lawyer, someone in authority. All right, in reverse, Strength could talk about abuse of power. All right, it could talk about feeling helpless. Okay, Virgo. I'm getting the impression here. This may be about someone coming home, a female figure, a maternal figure returning. She's maybe coming home from captivity, from being in jail. She's returning home with some kind of maybe something that had to do with a judicial figure, a lawyer, or someone that may have been abusing their power. A judge may have been abusing their power, or the government. Maybe they sentenced this person to a longer sentence than they were entitled to. This could be someone who was just left out in the program where we're reducing the sentences of people who had minor drug offenses, and they're on their way back home. That may be the message that you're getting, Virgo, or maybe you're the mother who is on their way back home to their family. But not everybody is that happy to know that you're going to be returning to the fold. Alright, so the next card that you got here was the Earth. Okay, and this talks about home, travel, repairing a home. Okay, this talks about being in touch with influential people. Okay, maybe that your story has been known across the world. You know, maybe this was on the internet, this thing that was going on with your family. So the world is watching, or you think the world is watching. You're concerned. You're also concerned after getting out of jail how you're going to fare back out in the world. The cards that came up for you from the Rider-Waite deck were the Star in reverse, the Three of Swords, and the Emperor in reverse. This is the way Emperor looks right up, and this is in reverse. I'm getting the distinct impression that this situation was something that was on the public plane. It was something that was known. There was some kind of notoriety to this situation, and there may have been an abuse of power. Again, the Emperor being in reverse. That could have caused a lot of heartbreak and trouble for you, and may have caused you to lose out on a brighter future for yourself. Your dreams were put on hold because of this legal entanglement. This could be you, Virgo, or this could be someone around you. But this is what's concerning you. The next card that you got in this reading was Oba. Oba in reverse. Oba fights battles. Oba talks about jealousy. It talks about being careful with sharp objects. This is in reverse. So again, this talks about job closings. Okay, closing of opportunities. You may be hearing about job closings in your area. This also talks about, again, jealousy, accidents with sharp objects, and just a whole lot of things being stirred up. Cards that came along with that were also the Five of Air. Five of Air. I'm sorry. Five of Air. And this came in the reverse also. Okay, so Five of Air and Oba together. I think you're looking forward to being able to come home and to get some relaxation. Okay, you've been away for a while. Five of Air talks about false friends in the reverse, though it talks about misunderstandings, illnesses. This could be talking about rehab, convalescence. Okay, so you could have been sentenced maybe to some time in rehab, Virgo, and maybe you felt that that was too strict a sentence, but then you're ready to come back home. You're going to return, but perhaps you haven't done all the work. Perhaps you haven't done your work while you were in rehab, or people are concerned, or you're concerned that that person who was away didn't do their work, because you got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and you got the Five of Swords in reverse. So maybe you didn't put down those things, maybe you didn't learn your lessons, and maybe your family is afraid that you may be going back and picking up again. using drugs again, doing something, whatever it was that caused you, Virgo, or the person that you're concerned about, whatever caused them to have to go away to rehab or to jail. I'm thinking it's rehab. And you may not be you may not be welcoming this person home as they may expect, or you are afraid that you will not be welcomed home, Virgo, if this is you. These things that you've done have affected your family, and you're really not too comfortable with this person coming back. It's going to create some kind of upheaval in the household. Okay, next card that we got in this reading was Iku. Okay, Iku talks about, this is what it looks like. Okay, this talks about bad luck, bad omens. Okay, also talks about bad communications, not listening, not hearing. And the other card that you got was the Four of Fire. Okay. This talks about family. This talks about ancestors speaking. Between the Iku card and the Four of Fire, this is talking about messages from the ancestors. This talks about giving gratitude, appreciation to the ancestors for their protection. All right. It's also maybe talking about confrontations that you may be having with family when you get back home. That could be what's going on also. Confrontation, or you're getting ready for a fight, or you expect there to be a contentious situation when you return home. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse also, Virgo. And we have the Ten of Wands upright. And we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. So again, I think, yeah, there's a lot of, you're expecting a fight, you're expecting a lot of quarreling, a lot of misunderstandings, a whole lot of upheaval when you return back home. You're not going to be welcomed home. You're going to have to prove something to them. They're going to want you to do your work. They're going to want you to pull your weight. And they're going to want you to work harder and show yourself. Show that there's been some kind of a change. Because they're not believing it, and they don't feel confident in that you've put down your substances or whatever it is that got you in this trouble. I'm thinking it has something to do with drug use or accusations of drug use. Okay, so the next card that you got was the Seven of Earth. Seven of Earth. This talks about providing and building a home, building a future, working hard to make provisions to provide enough for the family, to take care of their obligations. And you got this in reverse. And the card that came along with that was the Five of Coins. All right, Five of Coins. This talks about obstacles, being left out in the cold, being shunned by family or society. Eight of Earth. Okay, so you may have a hard time finding work. You may have a hard time being accepted back into society because of this this legal situation. Okay. Next card that you got from the deck of the Orisha, Tarot of the Orisha, was the Nine of Air reverse. Got a lot of wands and air in this. There's a lot of talking and there's a lot of fighting. This is in reverse. And you got the Eight of Wands in the upright position. Again, this is about bad messages coming really quickly. Bad news coming to you really quickly in this situation. Or it could be another situation that there's going to be some bad news coming very quickly about family members. You're going to receive some news. And the last card that you got in the reading was the Six of Air. Six of Air talks about going away on a family vacation, maybe. Taking a journey, a pilgrimage. All right, leaving somewhere as a group. And then you got the Judgment card. So I think this is talking about a group of people who were set free. And I think this is what is happening in this reading here. I think that you were one of the people who were released in the program because they figured out that the drug laws were not appropriate. Okay, they were too punitive, and so the government overstepped their hand, and now you've been released and you are about to come home. And not everybody is ready or open to your return. Could also be talking about someone who is involved in a three-way relationship, and that's brought some kind of a shame to your family. The court situation could be a child support issue. Could be a child support issue that's causing a lot of turmoil in your home. May have caused you to be embarrassed in front of the larger community. And you had the judgment against you, and you have to deal with the consequences of it. And the women or the women in your life are very upset. There's jealousy. There's jealousy, perhaps. But there's also a lot of talk. A lot of messages back and forth, a lot of arguments, lots of fights. So this could very likely be a situation where you have a relationship that resulted in a child that was born outside of your immediate family, and you have been told by the court that you have to start to make payments or visitation, or you may have even gotten custody or sharing custody with the other party, or yes, it could be shared custody. It could be shared custody with another parent, and you're not too happy about it, and they're not too happy about it, because you all really don't like each other. Okay, so let's see what other messages we can get for you today, Virgo. That was a little different than usual. I'm trying something else out by doing the spread once with the tarot, the Orishas cards, and once with the regular Rider-Waite tarot cards. Seeing if I can get any additional information, or maybe it'll let the readings go a little quicker, and get more varied information for you. So we'll see how this works, and I'd appreciate if you leave any comments in the bottom of the video. Also, thank you so much for all your likes and your shares, and thank you so much for your subscribing. And please don't forget to like and share. All right, and don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate it. I try to respond to your comments. If you like a personal reading, you can contact me. My email is pbtarot7@gmail.com. All right, and I try to get back to you as soon as I can. So far, I've been able to comment and read all of the comments on all of the different videos that we've been able to put out. And if you subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. Okay, so we're getting a message here from the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck by Kim Dwyer. The card that you got here was meditation. Meditation. This says, I meditate daily to allow universal wisdom to flow through me. Okay, let's see if we got any other cards here. Any other messages? Okay. So, we've got Spark of Divine. A spark of the divine. I recognize the divine spark within me and recognize that I am a part of all creation. Okay, next card that you got was Sacred Space. I find peace, security, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. And sacral chakra. I feel comfortable in my own body and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings. Okay, Virgo, so I think what this is saying to you is first of all, I think it's telling you ultimately you need to be sensitive to how other people feel in this situation. Okay, and you need to use wisdom and thoughtfulness in the way that you react to those around you and to this situation. I think it's also telling you that you need to work on self-improvement to recognize your part in all that happened. All right, that you need to create a safe space for your family, for your children, for you. There's a lot of healing that has to go on. All right. You might need to spend some more time outside in nature once you get released or once you return home or once this person comes back. Okay, you need to give them their space. Okay, you have to be non-judgmental. Okay, recognize that everything happens for a reason. Okay, all these things work out the way they do. It's all part of God's divine plan. You and them are all part of divine creation. All right, and everything happens for a reason. Okay, let's see what the Romance Angel Oracle cards have to say about you in this situation. Virgo for October 2017. Okay. Let's see if the Romance Angel Oracle cards have anything to say about the situation for you. Or messages for any other people out here who will be concerned with their love life in the month of October 2017. So does the Romance Angel Oracle cards have any messages for our Virgo brothers and sisters out there? Yes, worth waiting for. Retreat in the reverse. Engagement. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I think this is talking about coming home. and that this is a time that's been worth waiting for, or that this is an experience that's worth waiting for. Getting to know each other, that came in the reverse. Yeah. And soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, I'm getting from this that yes, this is something that you have been waiting for. You got the card retreat, but it was in the reverse. So yeah, I think this is also talking about returning from being away for a long time. You got the engagement card here. It was also in reverse. And I think the situation is calling for you to put your best effort into re-engaging with your family and your community. Okay? Doing the work, showing them that you've done the work, attending AA or NA meetings or whatever it is that you need to have to do in order to complete your sentence or complete the requirements for your release. You have to do that. Getting to know each other. That was also in the reverse. So yeah, you've been away a long time, and it's going to take a while to be accepted and for everybody to feel comfortable with you. They may be a little standoffish with you, even those who are your children. Okay? And you got soulmate, okay? Yes, this is your soulmate. I think that that's just saying that everything's going to work out in the end. This is your family, and they do love you. But it's going to take them some time, and you have to be patient with them, and they need to be patient with you. All right, this was a situation, it seems, that you were away for longer than you should have been. And in the time that you've been away, a lot of changes have happened. The family has grown up around you, not around you. It grew up while you were not around. They grew up while you were not around. And maybe your partner or their father, the husband, the father may have had custody of them all of this time, and now he's freaking out because you're coming back, because that's going to cause a lot of upheaval in his life. And you need to be sensitive to that and understand where he's coming from, and also understand where your children may not be receptive right away either to this situation, to your return. They may not even remember you. Anyway, all right, Virgo. So now we're going to take a look at the Iyanla Vanzant Until Today cards and see if she has... Okay. This card says, I forgive myself for being critical of my mother. Until today, you may have been harboring judgments or negative opinions about your mother and the way that she did or did not mother you. Just for today, forgive yourself for judging your mother for being who she is or was. Okay, Virgo, so maybe you are the child. Maybe you were the child that had to be responsible for everything. Maybe you were the child that had to be responsible for the rest of the family and hold it down while your mother or the other parent was away. This card is asking for you to be forgiving and not be judgmental. Until today, you may have been harboring judgments or negative opinions about your mother and the way that she did or did not mother you. Just for today, forgive yourself for judging your mother for being who she is or was. I forgive myself for being critical of my mother. Okay, I think that is, we're talking about meditation, spark of the divine, a sacred space, sacral chakra. Yes, this is about being open to forgiveness, learning how to put yourself in the other person's place, and not to be so critical, and not to do too much arguing and talking. And second thing that you got, second, oh wow, Yana Van Zandt, until today card came. All aspects of who I am are important. Until today, you may have believed that having a dark side makes you unworthy to seek and receive the light. Just for today, remember that stars only shine in darkness. Transform the energy of your dark side to enhance your star quality. Okay, so I think this is also saying that you, Virgo, don't need to take this as a reflection on yourself, and don't be embarrassed or ashamed of this situation. This is something that was not in your control, but is part of your story. Okay, and it's part of what makes you who you are. All right, so that could be part of what's bothering you. Also, you're afraid that maybe she's been away so long that nobody knew that your mother was incarcerated. All right, maybe you thought she was away for life and her sentence got reduced, and she's coming home, and you've already told the stories one way, and now people are going to say, oh, wait a minute, I thought you said that your mother had passed away, or, whatever. So that could be what it is. You're embarrassed because now you have to kind of take back a lot of the things that have been said. All right, and you have to find a way to go forward with this. So Virgo, if this is you, you're going to have to learn how to handle this new phase in your life, whether that be you as a child, a family member of someone who's returned home, or if it's you who are returning home. All right, this is a whole new experience for everybody involved, and you have to work hard. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to prove yourself to your family in some instances, because they're not going to be so as forgiving. There's a lot of hard feelings. If you left young children, they may be confused. They may be stories that were told that may be a hindrance to you starting a smooth transition back into your community or your family. So be prepared for that, Virgo. But all aspects of who you are important. Everything that you are, everything that's happened to you has gone to make you the person that you are. Okay? And it doesn't detract from the person that you are, the good person that you are, your qualities. And forgive yourself for being critical of your mother. Or maybe this situation is something that repeated itself in your family. Okay, and now you maybe brought down off your high horse a little bit, because stuff happens to everybody. So anyway, that's the message that I got for you for October 2017. I thank you for listening. I hope that this resonated with you, and if it didn't resonate with you, please share these messages, because there's someone out there that needs to hear this message. All right, and we're going to pray for you. We're going to pray for each other. All right, but everything's going to be all right. It's just going to take some time. It's not going to be that easy. Work the programs, whatever the requisites are. Please adhere to them. Stay out of trouble, and open your heart and embrace each other, whether you're the family or you're the one that's returning home. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you mid-October, I guess, a little later. When I finish all of these, I'll do the love bites, and then I'll talk to you again in November. Okay? So enjoy your holidays. Enjoy your Halloween. Happy birthday. I guess your birthday was just over. Okay? But anyway, enjoy your the rest of the fall. Enjoy Halloween, and I'll be talking to you soon. Ache, amen, alafia, and peace.